there's a reason that every single force in American life has been trying to keep you from talking to your fellow man.
Yeah.
With everything on every side, under every partisanship,
the
under
only
everything.
unified message that you're getting is don't trust or talk to anybody else. They might have a 1,000 faces with a bunch of any kind of flavor of opinion that might strike your demographic fancy, but the underlying message in all of them is you can't trust anybody else. There's no reason to suffer the gaze of another person. Have you guys ever noticed? Somebody pointed out that that there's always there's a million different delivery companies that deliver food in New York, right? Like the most walkable city in America. And there's always subway ads for them, like Grubhub and fucking Postmates or whatever. And not only are all the text is about like how, stay home. Don't go out. Don't talk to anyone. Get food. Like that's what they all mean. Every picture where they actually have somebody eating, it's always a person alone. It's never like a couple of people, like a family or friends eating, and like the way like 80s. I hate to sound like the perfume nationalist, but the way that 80s ads would be like a family enjoying hot dogs or something. Here, it's just one person on their couch, just rapturously consuming a fucking bowl of ramen.
But to go back to what we were saying, Matt, like about like people who are directing their rage at the Democratic Party for not doing something. And then you can switch out the Democratic Party for Bernie Sanders, socialism, the DSA, all these things that have failed to protect us, have failed to stop this nightmare from happening. And, there's a lot that's right and wrong about that. I mean, you can but it's irrelevant at this point. It's irrelevant because the truly scary thing means that if the Democrats or like or socialism or whatever you hoped for, whatever you once believed in would protect you isn't going to do that, then that means you have to do it. That means you have to do it, and you can't do it alone. And this, I've said it over and over again, but when it comes to like, the very real fear that I think people have of like living under this kind of authoritarianism, fascism, tyranny, whatever you want to call it, that system's ability to propagate itself and to terrify you depends on how afraid you are to say no and how often you can say no. But you can't say it by yourself. Every time, like you simply refuse to submit regardless of the consequences. But you need to do that, like knowing that whatever sacrifice you make or whatever you may suffer as a result of it is shared by other people. And like I said, the numbers are on the side of right, and enough people just need to say no, to stop consenting to the treatment that we're being given.
And how do you make that happen? The boring, scary, alienating work, not of risking it. The vulnerability implicit in trying to trust people who are often strangers, because we've been taught to not do that. That's like impossible, but it really is. It's possible. It's out there.
I don't have anything more to say.
Yeah, I think that covers it.
Me neither.
Meanwhile, I'll be in our big 4-poster bed, sleeping side by side with Scrooge caps on.